Whee! Doesn't that look cool with the pointy stars? Yes, I call them stars. You might call them bubbles. But if you look at the bottom, it looks like stars. Shining. Whee! I'm a little child. Whee! Now look at my finger. And then look at the shadow of my finger. Wow. I can make my finger disappear. Where's my finger gone? Here it is. Wow. Oh man. You can have so much fun just with these. Hi! So once again I'm in my pool. Hold on. Let me just cold. But nice. I only blew up the lower ring, that's why you see the upper ring like this. But it's nicer, as I told you last time, for a neck pillow. Okay, now I have to answer to some comments who, you know, ask if I'm an expressionist or if there is just nobody watching me. But let me show you what I see if I look up. The clouds! But other than that, nothing. Also in the other direction, nothing. So, also in this direction, nothing. There's a concrete wall. So, I don't see any houses. So, if you look at it the other way around, der Umkehrschluss is that nobody else sees me. Therefore, I can lie around naked here as much as I want, unless somebody flies over with, you know, a helicopter or a drone, which I would find really interesting. If there would be a drone above me, I would definitely wave. Anyway, I'm a fan of drones. However, as long as there's nothing above me except for clouds, then nobody will see me naked. And if I take care not, you know, to film too far down. Yeah, so no, I'm not, well, I mean, I do like to be naked, but that doesn't mean that I like to run around naked in public. I mean, I probably would do if it wasn't illegal and wouldn't, you know, bother other people. But, you know, here it definitely bothers no one. And it definitely doesn't bother me, because I really like it that way. Alright, let's look up again in the clouds and look over there, where you can see my camera filming the sky. Because what it does is it records yet another time-lapse. Because, you know, I kind of like time-lapses lately. And yesterday I installed a custom firmware on my camera such that it does auto record, so it starts the recording again if it stops. Because usually, like the default firmware of the Canon camera stops the recording after like 20 minutes or so, because it reaches the, I don't know, 4 GB file size limit, and then it just stops. Or it has other reason for stopping, but it definitely stops, and that annoys me. Even if I film videos and I have the viewfinder where I see that it just stopped. But especially when filming time-lapse, I really don't want to look at the viewfinder all the time and check if it's still recording. That's just, nah, that's really annoying. So I installed Magic Lantern, I think that's what it's called, which has some features. It's run from the SD card, which I think is pretty cool. And yeah, so that custom firmware now runs my camera on top of the standard firmware from Canon. And I film a time-lapse. There are some other features that Magic Lantern gives me, but really for me the main reason I installed it is the auto record or the continue recording stuff. Right, you wanna see a time lapse? You wanna see a time lapse? You wanna see my penis? You won't see my penis, but you can see a time lapse. Here you go, and then make your backup.